This is a story of a boy who picked that from plastics to survive. A boy who walked kilometers because he had no transport money. A boy who was told no space more times than he can count. And somehow became the youngest team lead at one of Lagos State's biggest radio stations. My name is Shodunke Opeyemi David. And if you think you know how this story goes, you don't.
Before I started working at Lagos Traffic Radio, I was actually working in a laundry company, that is Sharon Clean, as the quality control personnel. As clothes comes into the laundry, right, I'm going to be the one to check it. They are bringing 5 shirts, 6 trousers, 6 suits and all of that. So from the reception down to the washers. So I'm going to monitor the clothes again back outside from the washers, dryer, ironing, packaging, and then back to the reception and until they package. So that was what I was doing. And I think I was also shuffling it with an internship then, a free internship that I volunteered to go and do at Lagos State Traffic Management Control Room. That is the last mile control room. So I am doing that as well. So those were the 2 things I was doing before I got the opportunity to work at Lagos Traffic Radio. Well, so 2 things. I'm going to say the reaction when I started as an intern and when I got employed, right? So when I got a placement for my IT, new faces everywhere, new environment, everything was new. I was not so surprised. People were not so surprised. Everybody was just there. But I could recall vividly when I was staffed. I was announced as an employee during the staff forum, during the station staff forum for the first time. It was actually myself and 2 other persons, but they were just like, 3 more people are going to be joining us, 2 in the newsroom and 1 in the marketing department. And they asked us to stand up. All eyes on us. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm not shy. I was expecting it because I was prepared for it. So that very day, I started working. When I got to the newsroom, I had a very small stature there. If you see my pictures, those days, I was very small with I was not even barbing this hairstyle then. It was low cut, small head, big eyes. My goodness. So I had a very small stature, and even the interns then, there were even some coppers. They had big body, bigger than me and all of that. And people that I was working with then, more like, let me just say, more like my supervisors of Mrs. Akindele, Adeola Akindele, Mrs. Fagbolagun, Mr. Akinlade, Mr. Kunle Fashino, their parents. So me now having that small stature, I used to feel that smallness, but there's something about me. I am confident, right? So that did not just push me inside my corner. So for the fact that I want to learn, confident, and with the help of my supervisor, it was fine. If I will say anything concerning maybe moments that I don't like, there are a lot of moments, a lot, but let me say one, right? It was when I was trying to give an instruction to a particular intern. Then obviously, as I was staff, I have to supervise interns from other schools. They came to the station to do their COS and IT, so I have to supervise them. But because of my small stature and all of that, I was giving an instruction to the intern, and the intern did not comply and all of that. So I felt a little bit embarrassed. Why would I be giving instructions and you are not following and all of that? Thankfully enough, I reported the case to my own supervisor and they took it up, and the intern was dealt with. But for that moment, I felt really uncomfortable. And so I think that was in the beginning of my working traffic radio. I got a lot of support, really, from my family members. That's the truth. Because I was very young and I was very decisive when it comes to my decision, right? Because I was the one who picked the number from the radio I was listening to say I heard about this advert, and I gave it to my mom. Then she placed a call through to the director of the school, that is Mr. Olusoji Ajet. I love you, sir. And then they accepted me. So in terms of this is what I want to go and do, I got a lot of support from my mom, my family, my dad, and my siblings, most especially my sister as well. Obviously, it's a step forward. I was done with my senior secondary school 3. I wrote my JAMB already. I wrote my WAEC. I had good results. And waiting at home is not going to be a good thing. When Traffic Radio was going to staff me, the love was now much. I literally did not have anyone going against such decision. They saw it as a big deal. They were so happy for me. I am currently the team lead social media Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Drum roll, blah, 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 blah. But that's to the glory of God, really. But it happened suddenly. It happened suddenly because it was a swift change. Bam! It happened. My boss was shocked. I was shocked. And literally everybody was surprised that, wow, this happened. How did it happen? It happened when we got a new general manager, Mr. Tayo Akonde. I really respect that man and I love him. He's a father to me, really. And I love you so much, sir. So he came in 2018. And I think few months later, if I'm not mistaken, okay, so he watched me for like 2 to 3 years because the redeployment happened in 2021. Yes, so he watched me for like 3 years. That is 2018, 19, 20, and then 2021. Let's just say 3 years. And then we just saw a letter from the admin department to me directly. One for me, one for my immediate boss. Then that is Mrs. Adiola Akindele and Mr. Samsidin Opeyemi, the head of news then. But my immediate supervisor was Mrs. Adiola Akindele. So one for me, one for her. And I was like, shocked. And it was with immediate effect. Like I should stand up from my seat in the newsroom and move to the social media unit. Like from the news department to the social media now. Who am I to say no? I had a lot of challenges, seriously. A lot of times whereby I sat myself down and I thought about it. Is this really it? Is this how I want to continue my life? Can it work? I remember having a conversation with one Adiola Ogunsonwo. She was one of the presenters then. Like I spoke to her that, ma, this was the amount I was taking, right? And I am growing. Like I grow every day. Like I grow. This is the amount I am collecting. Can this really do anything at this age and time? And I'm growing, responsibility becomes more. And she advised me that it cannot be like this forever. That times will come that things will change. I think those were one of the advice that I held on to that kept me going. Right? So when it comes to finances, I think it was a challenge. Right? It was a challenge because of my income as at then, and I was schooling because I had to enroll back to school to continue my education. So it was a challenge. And as at then, I think I lost my dad, right? Of his blessed memory. I love you, Pops. So I lost my dad. So, and it was just me doing my thing, gaining my money and sending myself to school. Don't pity me, because I was fine. Don't pity me. There's no time. No. So I had loved, like people love me, right? So I felt loved from people. But nevertheless, it was a challenge fund was a challenge for me to. I think I missed 2 semesters in school because of fund. Is it 2? Yeah, 2. Just 2 semesters in school. I didn't enroll, but 2 of my colleagues, Editor Aderayo, I love you, and Black Talker Adewale Samuel, Black Talker. The 2 later, when I told them that I didn't enroll for 2 semesters, and they were like, the least I could have done is just to talk to people that they will borrow me money and I'll pay it back later. So that shows that people really love you. It was because I didn't talk. So that says that a closed mouth is a closed destiny, right? But nevertheless, I didn't want to put my burden on somewhere else. So that was they really lashed me that we are in the same office, we are family. Why can't I talk to them? So that is one challenge. And coping with school and work at the same time. Work can be challenging, school can be demanding as well, right? And because of that, sometimes I'll swap. Sometimes I'm finishing my exam in school, I'm rushing back to the office. The office was very flexible enough for me to do all of these things, thanks to the policy that was made at Traffic Edu, or made available at Traffic Edu. So, but managing school and work was, and I was living in Olambe, office is at Ikeja, school was on the island. It was a lot. So, shuffling all of that together was a lot. So, this was a challenge. And another challenge I would like to talk about is the fact that as much as people love me, people talk to me, like I talk to them as well, I really didn't get that mentorship, that direct mentorship that I want. Okay, a man is growing up, he needs a mentor. I didn't really, it was a challenge. I didn't realize it earlier, but then it was a challenge.
Opeyemi Shodunke David, that I would call him popularly as Opeyemi. No, it's SOD. That's Shodunke Opeyemi David. Well, when he came into this newsroom as an intern back then, I saw a very bright future in him because he's someone that is teachable and very friendly, unassuming, intelligent, and I saw someone who is ready to pursue his career, up to the highest level, which he has done today, which I'm happy for. So that's Opeyemi for you. Very hardworking. He will never say no to you, even during tough periods, especially when we have assignments that you're looking for someone to do it. Even late in the night, sometimes I call Opeyemi, and he's always willing to do things for people, especially when it comes to the profession. So that's it about Opeyemi.
All right, so I came across Opeyemi sometime around, I'm not very precise with the year now, but it should be sometime around 2016, 2017 or thereabout. He came in as a freelance artist working with our newsroom. And I think from that time on, he came in as one who was ready to learn, and we could see it in him. At least his news compilation were very good. So that was the first point of contact. Anytime he brings the news to the studios, he was always very much on point, and he was ready to also explain himself to the announcer on duty on how they can, go about with the inserts that they've brought in with the news.
For the first time, it was in the newsroom. He had just joined us from last mile control room, and I saw that he was an attentive young man, very attention to detail, as you would call it. The impression, of course, respectful, also respectable. You could tell that this man commands respect. You can't just walk over him. And then he was not this whiz that he is now, just a guy that I was ready to learn, just focused on his on computer, the desktop, and was given a station, you could call it, that was given to work hard. So, and then the relationship grew. We started to talk about things, new things, and that's just how it went.
The fear of the Lord. I saw attitudes of a child of God in him, fruit of the Spirit. Yes, amongst guys, maybe it's even colleagues that he works with, and you see this humility. Is well knowledgeable in the things he does as our social media officer, but at the same time he's cool-headed. You understand, he's cool-headed, and there's this aura around him of the fear of the Lord, the fruit of the Spirit. I'll just leave it like that. That I see in him. Yes, he wants to do but he wants to be led. He wants to come out to say, yes, I might not know this, but when I know the right thing, I will do. He's not full of himself. He has qualities to carry himself high and say, pride, but it's not like that.
One of the qualities I saw in him then was the fact that he's very creative, very innovative, and he was someone that could do anything that he put his heart in. So I think apart from the office work, we had another connection. I was national chairman for the Institution of Mechanical Engineers, and I had a social media person that was doing the work but wasn't doing it the way I really wanted it. And I approached him, I discussed with him, okay, I want you to do this job for me as a side job from what you do here. And it worked well. He brought in a lot of innovation. He was committed to the work. Even though he had another job, he was really, really committed to the work I gave him for the 2 years of my tenure.
He has done a lot in the social media aspect, because formerly he was in newsroom, like I said. So when he was transferred to the social media unit, you see, Okpa is a very versatile person because he's young and vibrant. When it comes to that social media aspect, he had added so much value to that department. Social media, improving IT student on the social media aspect. Because formerly our social media department is 0. But the moment they transfer Okpa there, he has improved that department. Then he has also improved on himself to the extent that even when a staff that is not from that department go to him, like me now, I will call him, okay, come and do this for me. He will say, oh yeah, let's sit down. Let's do it together. I have also gained from him. It's not only the department, and it's not only the organization that are gaining from Okpa now. It is everybody. Somebody called me 2 days ago, say that he need a special assistance. I say, call Okpa. He said he will not call Okpa. That the special assistance she want to employ will pass through Okpa. That Okpa will train that person for her. So that is the kind of person Okpa is. Okpa has done a lot for the organization.
I would say at the beginning it was like challenging for him, but later on he actually took up the challenge, and by now he's the master in that line. That was the day he called me that I'm doing one little research on this. I was able to do this. He will not do something creative without asking him to do it. So he has actually impacted, added more value to the station. That was the time we lost, I think it was a page, one of the social media handle. We lost it, and he actually worked hard for us to recover that page back. and he gathered so much experience. If you ask him now, we lost a page, he will tell you how to go about it. So he has actually learned on the job, and he has improved, and he has added value to the social media unit that we have. I'm in marketing department, so we rely so much on data, and we get that data from him all the time when I call. What is the numbers? So you have to give me the number, and he does that all the time. So I've seen that pages grown over and over again, and it shows that he's been working behind the scene, and he has added more value to what we do. Because if you go to a client to say we have this number today, by next week they are expecting us to have higher number, and he's doing that job for us. He has tremendously added more value to the station, and I think I want to appreciate that, and I pray that God will give him more strength to continue in that direction.
Opeyemi and the future of this organization would make a whole lot of change. Because when you say somebody is small but mighty, he doesn't speak too much, but when he speaks, he's assertive. He knows what he wants, and he goes for it. He says it as it is, without fear of favor. So in the hierarchy of things here, I can tell you for a fact that Opeyemi in the future of this place, I mean, if he eventually gets to the top here, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's sure going to do way better than what we're seeing today. Some people are doing it today because they are good at what they do, but give it to Opeyemi, and I see a whole lot of things are evolving in the tech space. And given who he is, I'm sure he's going to infuse a whole lot of that in what happens here. And of course, tech owns the world right now. And you know what that means when you have such a person at the helm of affair in this kind of organization.
Somewhere high. He's going places. You don't know it all. You learn every day. And that he is doing with every step. He's going places. Mark my words.
Opeyemi Shodunke, you will go higher in life. The Lord Almighty will always back you. You will go from strength to strength. You will never be weary. You will never be tired. When you call on God Almighty, He will always answer you. Peace. I live with you.
My prayer for Opeyemi is that God will continue to lead his path. God will direct his ways.
My prayer for you, Okpe, is that you continue to live to fulfill destiny, and God will continue to touch you. Every aspect of your life that is lacking, may God perfect it for you, and may He take you to another level of great heights. That's my prayer for you in Jesus' name.
Okay, so I'd like to pray for Opeyemi that as he continues to take giant strides out there, the Lord will uphold him, the Lord will take care of him, the peace of God and the light of God and the countenance of God will shine upon him. He will continue to grow from strength to strength, from ability to ability. The Lord will favor him. As he moves around, the Lord will favor him, bring helpers of his destiny to him. And as he continues to rise, he will continue to rise and shine in everything that he does.
I pray for you, Shodunke. Lines will keep falling for you in pleasant places. You keep going from grace to grace. You will never experience a better yesterday. I know you just love things to be cool, calm, and steady. But at times it could not just be as you want it. But I pray that God will help make all your desires come to pass, will fulfill your desires and make you the best. Because I know you have so much to give, and I pray God will help you. It will shine light